How do we go about finding the best inspection company?
So, very good question. Now, looking for inspection companies, there's a lot of different inspection companies out there. Sometimes there's individual inspectors and sometimes there's inspection companies. Generally, I think inspection companies are better because they have a bigger system, they have better procedures. Going about looking for inspection companies, generally you're going to find a list of inspection companies on Alibaba. You can also find more on Google. It's very simple. But the more important part is, how do you assess that an inspection company is good or not good? There's a few things you need to keep an eye out on. Just keep in mind that inspectors don't get paid that much. And when they don't get paid that much, you know that they're susceptible to taking a bribe. So one thing that you want to make sure in the inspection company is that that inspection company is doing a good job taking care of their people, doing a good job paying their people. Another way to check on that is to see if they have a quota for inspections. Now, if an inspector has a quota saying you need to do at least 2 or 3 inspections a day, something like that, that puts pressure on the inspector and forces him or her, to rush that inspection, because I gotta get 2 or 3 done in a day, and so they're literally rushing, trying to get things done. If they were getting paid based on an hourly basis, then the inspector has the ability to take their time and do a good job instead of trying to rush. On top of that, make sure that the company and the inspector speak very good English, and they have a good communications team, and they have a centralized point of contact. So generally companies like Mavli, for example, they have like a back office in the Philippines, and the back office in the Philippines is kind of like your central point of contact. They speak English very well, and they go back and forth with the inspector. You want the inspector to be more technical more than anything, versus having good English, but you definitely need him to communicate well. So the way that people remedy that is that they have a central point of contact that speaks very good English and can speak Mandarin or Chinese as well, and then they can always be your point of contact. You can have very good communications. Speed of contact is very important. How large the company is very important. Having standard operating procedures, and also if you tell them, can you give me a sample inspection manual, which is basically an inspection they did on another product. If you see that it's 3 to 10 pages, that's a little bit light. If you see like it's 30, 40 pages plus, then you know that this is a company that does its due diligence. If it has a lot of images and a lot of videos, that's definitely a bonus. You want to see a lot of different images. And then one thing that to also evaluate is say, hey, my product is X. What do you think we should do? And if they're like, we know, here's generally what you should do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should look at this. You should look at that. You should do a drop test from 6 feet. You should do this kind of test. You should do that kind of test. That gives you an indication that these are people who are expert in their field, versus people that are just going to do a visual inspection and say, yeah, it looks good, it doesn't look like it's damaged, and put it back in. Also, for products with functionality, you want to make sure that the inspector will inspect for functionality. So make sure that the inspection company ensures that their inspectors are inspecting for functionality, not just a visual check. Because a visual check is all good, but if the product is broken or doesn't work, that's an issue. And obviously functionality takes a lot longer to do, and so that's why we go back to the whole point of make sure that they're getting paid by the hour and paid well, and not forced to have a quota.
But how do you know which way they work?
They can send you examples very easily.
No, but how do you know if they work per hour or per quota?
Oh, you ask the company.
And they just give you that information for free?
Yeah, and obviously in exchange you say, okay, I want you to show me how long my person worked for that company. Also ask for references. It's always very important to ask for references, and generally you are going to get good references, but then asking 3 different references, different questions, and seeing what they say. If there is any flaws in their stories, you're going to be able to catch that. So it's just another checkpoint to make sure, and get as many videos as you can of the product. And also another thing is, if the inspection company even helps you decide how many to test. Like for example, I personally use the military spec. It's something you can look up. It's the mil spec 9000, I believe. It's something that you can look up, but if you tell them, hey, I'm gonna have 1,000 units, there's gonna be 15 units per box, and however many boxes, how should I inspect? And they give you a good answer on how many units to inspect per box and all of that stuff. Know that they're someone knowledgeable. But if they can't really answer that, or they say it's whatever you want, then know that this is not an inspection company that you really want to deal with.
Thank you.